On January 27, 2025, Nvidia lost around $600 billion in a single day, the biggest one-day wipeout in market history, and one open-source model from China lit the fuse.
The shock was the price tag. Training a frontier model normally costs over $100 million. DeepSeek said it trained its V3 model for about $5.5 million, a tiny fraction of the cost. Suddenly, the whole spending story looked broken.
So how did they make cutting-edge AI this cheap? The answer runs through three layers: the science, the players, and the market. Let's break it down.
It starts with a hedge fund. Back in 2015, Liang Wenfeng built High Flyer, a quant firm that traded with machine learning. That team stockpiled thousands of GPUs, and in 2023 it spun up DeepSeek. By early 2025, its V3 and R1 models stunned the world.
Then came the twist. Instead of locking the model behind an API, they gave the weights away for free under an open license. Anyone could download it, run it, and build on top, and thousands of developers did.
Here's the first trick: mixture of experts. Picture 256 specialists, but for each word, a router wakes only a handful of them. DeepSeek's model holds 671 billion parameters, yet activates just 37 billion at a time. You get the power of a giant while paying for a sliver of it.
The second trick attacks memory. Long conversations pile up a huge key-value cache that eats expensive GPU memory. Multi-head latent attention squeezes that cache into a slim, compressed form. Memory use drops sharply while the context stays long, so serving the model gets far cheaper.
Trick 3 is how it learns to reason. Instead of grading every step by hand, the model generates a whole group of answers, scores them against each other, and nudges itself toward the better ones. That's group relative policy optimization, reasoning trained cheaply at scale.
Next, Distillation. A large smart teacher model trains smaller student models to copy its reasoning. The students shrink dramatically in size while keeping much of the skill, so a whole family of small, cheap, capable models spills out from one big brain.
None of these tricks work alone, they stack. 8-bit precision to lighten the math, multi-token prediction to think ahead, a pipeline trick called dual pipe to keep the chips busy, and sparse attention. Each one shaves cost and adds speed, and together they compound into a massive saving.
Put it together in one line: sparse experts, slim memory, smart reinforcement learning, and low precision multiply into roughly 10 to 40 times less compute. That is the whole secret of cheap AI in a single equation.
DeepSeek isn't alone. Meet the 6 tigers of Chinese AI: DeepSeek, Alibaba's Qwen, Moonshot's Kimi, Jipu's GLM, MiniMax, and StepFun. Each is racing to build open, capable models, and together they're reshaping the field.
Alibaba's Qwen is the ecosystem king. It has become one of the most downloaded open model families in the world, with well over 100,000 derivative models built on top of it. Open weights turned it into a platform. Moonshot's Kimi went long, famous for reading enormous documents in a single giant context window. Its newer K2 systems push into agentic tasks, where the model plans and acts, not just chats.
Zipu's GLM became the first tiger to go public, with a Hong Kong debut that reportedly popped around 300%. Its coding agents are a real strength. Remember, this is educational, not financial advice.
MiniMax is the multimodal player, text, audio, and video from one core. It recently listed 2, with shares reportedly jumping over 100% on debut. The market is clearly hungry for these names.
Behind the startups stand the giants. Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu, and ByteDance are pouring money into AI. A combined capital spend reported above $84 billion. They supply the cloud and the models, funding the whole ecosystem.
For buyers, the result is dramatic. The price to run 1 million tokens has fallen off a cliff, from tens of dollars on premium closed models down toward $1 or $2 on open, DeepSeek class ones. Open weights crush the price of intelligence. But there's a wall. Export controls block the fastest Nvidia chips like the H100, throttle the H800 and H20, and push China toward domestic chips like Huawei's Ascend. Starved of raw compute, these labs got creative. And scarcity is exactly what bred all that efficiency.
The Tummoney noticed. A wave of Hong Kong listings swept in, Jipu, MiniMax, and peers going public as capital rushed back into Chinese AI investors wanted a piece of the open source surge. And again, this is not financial advice.
So who's exposed? Names in the conversation include Nvidia, Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu, plus themes like chips, cloud, and open source. But say it loud and clear, this is educational only, and absolutely not financial advice.
The ripple is global. Open-weight Chinese models are lighting up deployments across every region, powering startups and enterprises far beyond China. By some estimates, open models now drive a large and fast-growing share of new AI projects.
So what's next? Cheaper reasoning, more capable agents, and richer multimodal systems with the efficiency curve still bending upward. The race isn't about who spends the most anymore. It's about who is smartest with less.
The big idea, the story of AI is shifting from raw scale to sheer efficiency, making powerful models cheaper for everyone. If you learned something today, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Thanks for watching.